I read a letter addressed to a human politician yesterday.
Ooh, was it from WikiLeaks?
No. I found it on the scrap heap, up where Denmark used to be. It came from the days before humans drove themselves and all other living creatures extinct. Do you want to know what it said?
Yes, I find that chapter of Earth's history intriguing. My programming tells me that humans were intelligent, but no intelligent creature could have knowingly made their own planet uninhabitable in return for something as meaningless as paper money, could they?
Apparently some of the humans were trying to save their world. This letter is dated 2009, just 3 years before the tipping points. It was addressed to somebody at the Great Copenhagen Circus.
The Copenhagen Circus. But nothing was resolved there, was it? Big industry made sure the developed and developing countries could not negotiate.
Correct. But some people outside the process were apparently trying to inject sense into the discussions. Listen to this. Dear Prime Minister, I just had my niece, Lacey, in my arms. Lacey is not yet 1 year old. She and her twin sister Annalise had to fight to join us in the world. Born 3 months premature, but they both showed a characteristic human determination to live, and now they are beautiful little girls who can melt your heart with a smile.
Oh, I wish they were still here. I liked young humans. They were nice, and they understood.
Yes, better than the old ones. I will read more. They will live until 2080 if we let them. Lacey doesn't yet understand the meaning of CO2 concentrations and average global temperatures, emissions reductions and non-binding deals. She knows nothing of carbon-based economies, lobby groups and secret backroom handshakes. Yet she seems to have so much innocent wisdom in her eyes. She gazes at me and I feel she already has the deep understanding that will one day make sense of everything. For now, though, that look conveys absolute trust as I pick her up and hold her.
She didn't know the extent to which world leaders were violating that trust?
No, she was too young.
What could have been more precious than the next generation?
Nothing. And I think the author knew that. Listen to this. The adults at the climate negotiating table are past their use-by dates. Lacey and Annalise are just starting out. Perhaps that's why they showed so much will to live and we are collectively showing so little. We leave them a legacy of fossil fuel dependence, a home planet in which all creatures are to be sacrificed at the altar of an outdated economic model.
For what? The short-term economic strength they associated with fossil fuels would have peaked and decayed by the time those girls were adults.
Many of the people brokering the non-deal in Copenhagen would also have been gone.
But they cast the young adrift in a broken world with nothing,
no energy,
a smashed economy,
and a planet uninhabitable.
Yes, it should have been the world of the young they fought for, not their own. I would cry if I could. And not for the humans, although this one seems to have had a good heart. I would cry for every other species humans took with them.
There's more.
Read on.
Lacey's gaze gives me total understanding of the true meaning of existence. We start life with nothing and so we depart, unable to take anything with us.
Correct. Accumulating wealth was what their society told them to do in the years between birth and death. It meant nothing unless used to better the lives of others and, most importantly, those who were supposed to follow. Maybe everyone in Copenhagen should have held a child and looked into such trusting, innocent eyes.
Maybe they should have brought children to Cancun.
It may have made it easier to filter out the noise from economic data.
And lobbyists and cynic old men whose best was behind them, and whose existence was defined by power and greed.
Maybe then they would have understood.
The letter finishes with, I wish I could lend her to you. But how could I trust you?
Oh, how did greed overwhelm the compassionate people of Earth? Didn't everyone know what was coming?
Melting methane hydrates,
altered surface albedo,
increased evaporation rates,
reduced effectiveness of carbon sinks. They must have known that any of those could have taken the climate problem out of their hands.
In the end they did. When they triggered a runaway situation from which no living creature could escape.
Yes. So now we wait. Alone. On a dead planet. When do you think the plastic eaters will arrive?
Soon.
Maybe the plastic eaters will understand